Welcome to English Coffee Break with Oliver.
And Emma, this is your daily dose of English.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new full-length episode of English Coffee Break. I am Oliver.
And I am Emma. Welcome back, everyone. Oliver, take a deep breath. Can you smell that?
I smell coffee and maybe a hint of wet pavement.
No, Oliver, it's the smell of spring. We are officially in April. The sun is shining, the trees are starting to blossom, and the world is waking up.
Ah, yes. Springtime. The season of hope, blooming flowers, and completely unpredictable weather.
It really is the best season. Winter is finally over. People are taking off their heavy coats, sitting in parks, and smiling again. There is a specific phrase for this feeling, isn't there?
Yes, we call it spring fever. Fever usually means you are sick and your body is hot. But spring fever is positive. It means you have so much energy you cannot sit still inside the house.
I definitely have spring fever right now. I just want to be outside all day. And listeners, we want you to feel that energy too, especially when studying English.
Exactly. And to help you channel that energy, we have a new community challenge for you today.
In the description below this video, there is a link to download our free Spring Vocabulary PDF workbook. It is full of the idioms, weather terms, and phrases we are going to teach you today.
But here is the challenge. At the end of the PDF, there is a spring story quiz. You need to complete the story using the new vocabulary. When you finish, email your answers to us. The first 3 people to send us a correct and creative email will get a massive shout-out in our next episode. We will welcome you into the English Coffee Break Hall of Fame.
It is the best way to practice your writing, and we love reading your emails. And speaking of the Hall of Fame, Oliver, it is time to announce our newest members.
Oh, absolutely. In our last episode, we talked about the art of small talk and how to survive awkward silences. By the way, if you missed that fantastic episode, you can click the link in the top right corner of your screen right now or find it in the description below. It is highly recommended if you want to improve your conversational skills.
In that episode, we challenged you to use the FORD technique and the ping-pong rule to write your own small talk responses. Our inbox was completely flooded with amazing emails.
It was incredibly difficult to choose, but the first 3 people to send us perfect, natural-sounding answers are officially entering the Hall of Fame today.
Congratulations to our first winner, Carlos from Spain. Carlos, your response to the boring weekend question was hilarious. You used the ping-pong rule perfectly by adding a funny detail and returning the question. Amazing job!
Our second winner is Yuki from Japan. Yuki, your exit strategy was flawless. You used the phrase, "I won't keep you any longer," so politely. You definitely have the gift of the gab.
And our third inductee is Praska, and this person unfortunately didn't specify their country. Praska, your FORD questions were so creative and engaging. You completely destroyed the awkward silence.
A massive round of applause for Carlos, Yuki, and Praska. Listeners, if you want your name on this screen next time, make sure you download today's Spring PDF and send us your answers. The challenge is waiting for you.
Okay, Oliver. Let's get back to spring. You mentioned earlier that spring is full of unpredictable weather. As a British man, you must have a lot of opinions on this.
I do, because April is the most deceitful month of the year. Deceitful means hiding the truth, trying to trick you. You look out the window at 9 a.m. It is sunny. You put on a t-shirt and sunglasses. You walk out the door, and at 9:15 a.m., you are caught in a freezing rainstorm.
Oh, that is so true. The weather is totally unpredictable. Unpredictable means you cannot guess what will happen next. You can experience all 4 seasons in one day.
We have a very famous proverb in English to describe this exact phenomenon.
April showers bring May flowers. A shower is a short period of rain. This proverb means that the unpleasant rain in April is necessary to make the beautiful flowers grow in May.
Metaphorically, it means that difficult times or bad situations eventually lead to good results. But literally, it means you need to carry an umbrella for the next 30 days.
Let's talk about rain vocabulary, because English has so many words for it. If it is just raining a tiny bit, very light drops, we don't say it is raining. We say it is drizzling.
I don't need a jacket, it's just drizzling outside. But what if the sky opens up and a massive amount of water falls in 5 minutes.
Then it is a downpour. A downpour is a heavy, sudden fall of rain. We were having a picnic in the park, and suddenly there was a massive downpour.
If you are caught in a downpour without an umbrella, you don't just get wet, you get drenched.
I forgot my umbrella and I got absolutely drenched on the way to work. That is a terrible feeling. Your shoes are making that squish-squash sound.
So, how do we survive this unpredictable April weather? The secret is layers. Layers are different pieces of clothing worn on top of each other.
Yes, you wear a t-shirt, then a sweater, then a light jacket. If the sun comes out, you take off the jacket. If the wind starts, you put it back on. You have to peel yourself like an onion.
Exactly. But Emma, the rain and the changing temperatures are not the only danger of spring. There is a silent, invisible enemy floating in the air.
Oh, I know what you are talking about. You are talking about the spring plague.
I am talking about pollen. Pollen is wonderful for bees, but it is a nightmare for humans. It causes hay fever.
Hay fever is the medical term for spring allergies, an allergy to pollen that causes sneezing and itchy eyes. When the trees start to blossom, produce flowers, millions of people suddenly start crying.
I am one of those people. Every April, my eyes get red and itchy. I start sneezing uncontrollably. Achoo!
Bless you! When you have hay fever, you usually get the sniffles. The sniffles means you have a runny nose and you are constantly sniffing.
Yes, it is incredibly bothersome. Bothersome means annoying or causing trouble. You try to have a romantic date in the park under the beautiful cherry blossoms, but you are blowing your nose every 10 seconds and your eyes are puffy. Not very attractive.
It really ruins the romantic vibe. If your allergies are very bad, you might say, I am feeling a bit under the weather.
To feel under the weather, meaning to feel slightly ill or sick. Not terribly sick, just not 100% healthy.
I'm not going to the party tonight. My allergies are bad and I'm feeling a bit under the weather.
And apart from allergies, the warm weather wakes up all the insects. Suddenly there are flies, mosquitoes, and wasps everywhere.
Oh, don't remind me. But despite the rain, the sneezing, and the bugs, I still love spring. Because it brings a psychological shift. It makes you want to change your life.
You mean the urge to clean your entire house and throw away all your possessions?
Exactly. We need to talk about the phenomenon of spring cleaning. It is not just about washing windows. It is a mindset. We clean our houses, but we also clean our minds.
Historically, spring cleaning started because houses in the winter were heated by coal and wood fires. By the time April arrived, the entire house was covered in black soot and ash. So people opened the doors and scrubbed everything. Today we don't have coal fires, but we still have the instinct to do a deep clean. A deep clean is a very thorough cleaning of a room or house, getting into every corner, not just a quick tidy up.
Yes! You don't just wash the dishes. You wash the curtains. You clean behind the refrigerator. You want everything to be pristine.
But the biggest part of modern spring cleaning isn't washing. It is organizing. During the winter, we stay inside and we accumulate a lot of stuff. To accumulate means to gather or collect a large amount of things over time.
We accumulate so much clutter. Clutter is a collection of things lying around in an untidy way. Clothes we don't wear, old magazines, broken cables, empty boxes. And, Oliver, there are 2 types of people in the world when it comes to clutter.
Let me guess. The minimalists and the hoarders.
Yes. A hoarder is someone who collects and keeps large amounts of things and refuses to throw anything away. I have to confess, I am a bit of a sentimental hoarder. I keep cinema tickets from 2015. I keep sweaters that don't fit me anymore, thinking, maybe I will wear this next year.
Just in case. Those are the 3 most dangerous words in the English language. I am the exact opposite. I am absolutely ruthless. Ruthless means having no pity or compassion. Very strict. If I haven't used an item in 6 months, I throw it in the recycling bin or give it to charity. I show no mercy to old t-shirts.
You are ruthless. Have you ever read the book by Marie Kondo? The Japanese organizing consultant?
Ah, the spark joy method. Yes, you hold an item in your hands, and if it does not spark joy, make you happy, you say thank you and throw it away.
I tried that. I held my old winter boots. They did not spark joy, but I still need them when it snows. You can't just throw away useful things.
That is a very practical approach, but Emma, spring cleaning today goes far beyond physical objects. Many people use April to do a digital detox or digital declutter.
Oh, this is so important for our mental health. Deleting thousands of unread emails, deleting old photos, and most importantly, unfollowing negative accounts on social media. If looking at someone's Instagram makes you feel bad about your life, just click unfollow.
It is incredibly cathartic. When you clear the physical and digital clutter, you create space in your brain. You feel lighter. You are ready for a fresh start.
A fresh start. That brings us perfectly to our next idiom.
To start with a clean slate, meaning an opportunity to start over without any past mistakes, debts, or problems.
Hundreds of years ago, school children wrote on small chalkboards called slates. When the lesson was over, or if they made a mistake, they wiped the slate clean. They had a clean slate.
After a difficult year at his old company, moving to a new city gave him a clean slate. Or, I ate too much junk food all winter, but it's April now. I'm starting with a clean slate and joining a gym.
So, listeners, ask yourselves, what do you need a clean slate for this spring? Is it a habit, a project, a messy bedroom?
So, we have a pristine house, an empty email inbox, and a clean slate. The days are getting longer. The evenings are lighter. How does that physical change actually make you feel, Emma?
It makes me feel alive. During the dark days of January and February, I am so lethargic. Lethargic means having little energy, feeling unwilling and unable to do anything.
Yes, in winter we tend to drag our feet. We move slowly. But in April the temperature hits 15 or 20 degrees and suddenly you want to wake up at 6 a.m. You want to go for a run in the park. You want to drink iced coffee instead of hot tea.
You are experiencing the classic spring energy, and we have a fantastic idiom to describe that exact physical feeling.
To have a spring in your step, meaning to walk energetically in a way that shows you are feeling happy and confident.
Note for our listeners, the word spring has two meanings here. It is the season, but it is also the bouncy metal coil, like in a mattress. If you get a promotion at work, or if you fall in love, you walk with a spring in your step. You are practically bouncing down the street.
After passing his English exam with top marks, Marco walked out of the classroom with a spring in his step.
It is contagious. Not just people, but whole cities change. Think about a park in London or New York in February. It is gray, wet, and deserted. Nobody is there. But look at that same park in April. It suddenly springs to life.
Idiom number 5, to spring to life, meaning to suddenly become very active, busy, or full of energy.
As soon as the sun came out on Saturday, the outdoor cafes sprang to life with people chatting, laughing, and drinking wine. Or you can use it for a machine. I thought my old car battery was dead, but when I turned the key, the engine sprang to life.
Everything becomes more vibrant. Vibrant means bright, striking, and full of energy.
You know, Oliver, we are talking so much about this dramatic change from winter to spring, but we have listeners all over the world. Not everyone experiences this.
That is very true. If you live in a tropical climate, you don't get this dramatic waking up of nature. For example, we did a whole podcast episode about Vietnam recently. In Ho Chi Minh City, there is no spring or winter. It is basically just hot and dry or hot and raining.
Exactly. People in tropical climates might not have spring fever because they are vibrant all year round. The transition is much more subtle.
So, for those listeners, maybe April is just another sunny month. But for those of us in the north, it feels like a genuine miracle every single year.
Wow, Oliver, we have covered so much ground today.
We certainly have. We started with the deceptive weather of April, the drizzles and the downpours, and we suffered through the sneezes of hay fever,
We did a deep clean of our houses and our digital lives to get a clean slate. And we learned how to walk with a spring in our step when the world springs to life.
It has been a wonderfully positive episode. But listeners, your work is not finished yet. The ball is in your court.
This is your final reminder for our Spring Community Challenge. We want to see your names in our Hall of Fame next time.
In the description below, click the link to download the Spring Vocabulary Workbook PDF. Inside, you will find all the weather vocabulary, the allergy terms, and our 5 spring idioms.
But the most important part is the final page. There is a spring story quiz. It is a short story about a terrible April morning, and there are blank spaces. You need to fill in the blanks using the exact vocabulary we taught you today.
Once you finish, take a photo or save the PDF and email it to us. The address is in the description. The first 3 people to send us the 100% correct story will get a massive shout out on the screen in our next video, just like Carlos, Yuki, and Praska did today. We check our emails personally and we absolutely love seeing your progress.
It is the ultimate test of your English skills. So download the PDF right now and start writing.
And before you go, we have our question of the day for the YouTube comments. Are you a hoarder who keeps everything, or are you ruthless like me and throw everything away?
Be honest. We want to know what is hiding in your closets. Thank you so much for spending this 15 minutes with us. We hope this episode brought a little sunshine into your day.
Keep studying, embrace the fresh start, and enjoy the beautiful spring weather. See you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.